Habemus sport director. Igli Tare has been just announced as a sport director for AC Milan. What is your opinion? It is a good news? It is a bad news? Well, for Giorgio Furlani, it took only 3 months to pick Igli Tare. 3 months since that interview that he said that we are trying to go back to a more traditional structure with a sport director. So they were looking for it. And well, let me tell you what's happened. Jerry Cardinale and Ibrahimovic, already in February, they met Tare in London. Then Giorgino flew to New York City to talk to Jerry and say, hey, Jerry, we have to decide the sport director, not you. So you had little Giorgino with his checklist going around in Europe and in Italy. The checklist, you want to know what's inside the checklist? So if the press is angry, you're going to place your face? Yes or not? Yes. Okay. Are you going to buy any player above 20 millions? No. If the fans are angry, you're going to get all the insults? Yes. Emerson Royal, it is the real GOAT? Yes. So he got his, he got the list that, every sport director have to decide, yes, I like this idea, or yes, or no, I don't. But it took 3 months for Giorgino, very insecure, to find somebody that actually want to work in this mess that is called AC Milan. 3 months. Okay? Now, the chance they were with Paratici, D'Aversa, D'Amico, but for D'Aversa and D'Amico, Bologna and Atalanta, they living in a great reality, great environment, great sport achievement, a great project. Why they will ever come to play in this mess? Maybe for the CV? The other option was actually Paratici. Paratici was often associated to a good sport director, at least in the back mind of people that follow Italian football. They know Paratici from Juventus, the 9 Scudettis, together with Marotta. So they associate the victory with him. But guys, the reason why Paratici is not allowed to work in Italy until July 2025 is because he got banned. Why he got banned? Because he boosted the value of certain player. They found out that he boosted the value of Pjanic and Arthur when they did an exchange in between Juventus and Barcelona. He got busted, boom, banned until 2025, and he's still on trial. If he's not, if this trial has a negative feedback, if a negative result, he's going to have another trial back in October. So that means all the next season, you're not going to have a sport director. So he was out of the game. And the only one unemployed at the time that, yeah, it's a good CV for him, it is Tare. Tare wasn't working anywhere, right? So he was ready to go, but he was ready to go in February. Now, Tare, in my opinion, now, let's be very fair. It is a good thing that Tare comes to Milan, yes. Tare, it is a professional sport director. Tare is somebody that knows about football, knows how to become a sport director, knows about Italian football, and knows also how the Italian mentality works on football. And he used to work with Lotito, one of the strongest personality in Italian football. So yeah, he got his skin thick, ready to work with this. Anyway. Now, I don't know. Actually, I don't want to do a video about what Igli Tare can do and what he did in the past, because I want to give him a fresh start. I want to give him the full trust, in my opinion. I want to give him the full trust. But he's going to do a horrible job. He's going to be, you think really that in the mind of Furlani, Redbird, and Elliott, do you really think that Tare is going to have the power of shape the team? Do you really think that Tare is going to have the power of deciding the coach and the strategy? Do you really think that Tare is going to have all this freedom to bring the best result to start talking about Scudettos, to Coppa, to Champions League? Do you really, that's his real goal for the eyes of the ownership? Or the real goal of this ownership is to place another filter in between the angry fan and the ownership? Because yes, of course, the fan, they're going to be angry when the coach picked the wrong player. Oh, Hernandez shouldn't play there. Or Pulisic should play in midfield. Or Pavlovic should play as a striker, blah, blah, blah. And they blame the coach. But once they finish to blame the coach, and we changed 2 coaches this season. 2. Once we finish to blame the coach, we know who to blame. Scaroni, Furlani, Ibrahimovic, Jerry Cardinale, Moncada, that I found incredibly unreal that nobody, after dragging Milan on the 8th spot, not allowing Milan to entering in European competitions. I'm not saying the best European competition. I even say the worst, not even in that. Nobody is resigning. Nobody has the courage to look themselves in a mirror, to see the size of the club that you're working, and to understanding that I don't belong here. They are so arrogant. They are so secure of themselves. They look at us top to bottom, that nobody had the balls to say anything after the protest. Nobody in the club, nobody, only Furlani was able to give his disappointment in the most cold way just before the match. The Furlani is not a profile that speaks in public. He cannot speak in public, because the excuses that he gave us why Milan didn't reach the European competition, the result that we thought in the beginning of the season that we can achieve, it is the coldest reasons and the coldest comments that a fan can receive. A passionate fan can listen. It's been horrible. So don't talk. Don't talk. I really wish to Igli Tare the best. I really wish to fight for the good of his team, because we Milan fans, we are thirsty. We Milan fans, our honor, our pride, it's under the ground. We finish a season and we don't want to go to watch Milan anymore. It's not fun watching Milan. It's not interesting to follow Milan. My channel literally started as a football reaction, as an AC Milan reaction. Just want to talk about football. That's it. I don't want to talk about the gossip. Now I'm talking more about the gossip than Milan. I want to go back to what I was doing before. I want to talk about football. I want to talk about players, tactics, strategies, mercato. That's what I want to talk. I don't want to talk about Furlani flying to New York. I don't want to see his face. I don't want to talk about San Siro, the problem with Scaroni and Marotta. I don't want to talk about Ibrahimovic and Jerry Card. I don't want to talk about that. I want to talk about football. And that's what I hope to come back. It's going to be very hard to do worse than this year. It's going to be very hard. But they can do it because they are the number one in that. To Milanismo, removing Milanismo, deminalize, and de-Italianize this club. If Tare will ever watch this video, thinks it is impossible. But get a coach that play good football, teach to young player, and get some couple of Italians, please. That will be my request for this season. The renewal, the buying, that's I know it's marketing. That's a different thing. But get me a coach that knows about football, can really bring a little bit of Milanismo back to us. Couple of Italian talents, and play to let us enjoy watching football. I don't care losing, as long as we play with heart and we give our best and we have young talent playing. That's all we want. You can play literally with the Primavera, in my opinion, because yes, we're gonna be disappointed that we didn't win, but we know they are young. There is a project behind, a sport project, a football project. That's all we want to have. That's all. I don't care about buying millions-dollar player. I don't really care. But get some smart. Use the brain. So today the news is that Milan has a final sport director. It is a good news. How much freedom, how much power he's going to have, there is only time will tell us. Because so far we believe solo la maglia, guys. This is a hoodie. I also have a t-shirt and a hat. I created a promo code. It's called Cardinale Out. All capital. You can get a little discount for the hoodie and the t-shirt. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, I hope that you did enjoy this video. I'll wait you down in the comments to read some of your stories, some of your thoughts. And sempre Forza Milan. Andiamo.